who is ready to sleep, cozy in bed. Niko the fox, who collected goodnights. As the sky turned from peach to lavender, and the sun tucked itself behind the hills, a little fox named Niko sat at the mouth of his cozy den. He wore a small brown satchel across his shoulder, not for snacks, not for toys, but for something much more special. Every evening, just before bedtime, Niko went on a walk through the forest. His mission: to collect goodnights. Not just any goodnights, though. Only the softest, warmest, kindest ones. The kind that make your eyelids heavy and your heart feel full. With his ears perked up and tail fluffed behind him, Niko stepped onto the quiet forest path, paws padding softly against the mossy ground. Through the silvery grass of a moonlit meadow, Niko padded softly, his ears twitching to the peaceful sounds of night. A breeze carried the scent of clover and cool earth. Beneath a tall elm tree stood a quiet deer, already resting with her legs tucked beneath her. Her eyes lifted as Niko passed, gentle and calm. "Good night, Niko," she said in a voice like wind through leaves. "May the stars guide your dreams." Niko gave a soft nod. "Good night," he whispered in return. A little warmth settled into his satchel, as light as a sigh. And with that, he was off again, into the trees, searching for his next wish. The meadow faded behind him, and Niko slipped into the deeper woods, where moonlight came in soft patches between the trees. The air was cool here, and the branches above cradled the night sky, like arms holding stars. A soft hoo drifted down from above. Niko paused beneath a tall, hollow tree, where an old owl perched, watching the world with slow, blinking eyes. "Still gathering good nights?" the owl asked gently, her voice low and calm. Niko gave a small smile. "Just a few more." The owl rustled her feathers and tilted her head. "Then take mine, little fox," she said. "May it keep your dreams feather light." With a quiet flutter, she blinked once, long and sleepy. Niko's satchel gave a tiny shimmer. The feeling had settled in. He looked up, eyes soft. "Good night, owl." "Sleep well when you return," she replied. And then the forest was quiet again, except for the soft hush of Niko's paws on the mossy path. Niko's paws carried him softly beneath the tall pines, where the branches whispered and the leaves danced in the breeze. Above, the squirrel twins, tiny, quick, and full of giggles, peeked from their nest of twigs. They chattered quietly between themselves before spotting Niko below. "Good night, Niko," they called, their voices light and cheerful. Niko looked up and smiled warmly. "Good night, little ones." The twins waved their fluffy tails, then tossed down 2 bright chestnuts wrapped in soft leaves, their special goodnight gift. Niko caught them gently and felt the warmth settle into his satchel. With a soft nod, he whispered, "Sweet dreams, little friends." And the twins giggled again, while Niko continued on his quiet journey beneath the stars. The forest grew softer as Niko wandered closer to a small hill, where a gentle rustling came from beneath the earth. Nestled in a snug burrow lived a family of rabbits, all snuggled close in a nest of soft moss and leaves. Mama Rabbit peeked out first, her eyes warm and kind. Beside her, little bunnies yawned and nuzzled close. Niko's paws barely made a sound as he approached. "Good night, Mama Rabbit," he whispered. "Good night, Niko," she replied softly, her voice like a gentle breeze. "Sleep tight, little fox." The bunnies blinked sleepily and twitched their tiny noses in greeting. Niko smiled and felt a gentle peace settle into his satchel. "Good night, little ones," he said quietly. With a soft sigh, Niko turned away, leaving the cozy burrow to its quiet rest, and continued through the moonlit forest. Niko's paws led him to a quiet pond, where the water shimmered under the moon's gentle glow. On a smooth stone sat a little frog, eyes half closed, humming a soft, sleepy tune. Niko stepped quietly to the edge. "Good night, frog," he said gently. The frog croaked softly in reply. "Good night, Niko. May your dreams ripple calm and deep." Niko smiled as the cool night air wrapped around them, and he felt a peaceful warmth settle into his satchel. He watched the water's gentle ripple one last time before moving on, his steps light and steady beneath the stars. Niko followed the soft murmur of a bubbling creek, where the water whispered over smooth stones. Along the bank, a family of ducks waddled quietly, their feathers softly ruffled in the cool night air. Mama Duck and her little ducklings huddled close, eyes heavy with sleep. Niko paused and whispered, "Good night, Mama Duck." Mama Duck turned her head and smiled softly. "Good night, Niko. Sweet dreams to you, too." The ducklings let out tiny chirps and snuggled closer to their mother. Niko felt the gentle love from their quiet voices warm his satchel, then softly said, "Good night, little ones." With one last glance at the peaceful creek, Niko continued his slow, wandering journey through the forest. Niko's pause brought him to the edge of a still lake, its surface smooth as glass under the moonlight. Gliding gently across the water were two swans, their feathers glowing softly in the night. They moved with quiet grace, side by side, their long necks curved in a gentle heart shape. Niko whispered softly, "Good night, dear swans." One swan lifted her head and replied, "Good night, Niko. May your dreams be as calm as this lake." The other swan gave a quiet nod, and together they dipped their heads in a peaceful farewell. Niko felt the calm settle deep inside him as he watched their slow, gentle dance beneath the stars. With a soft breath, he turned away and continued his quiet walk through the moonlit forest. Niko's soft footsteps led him to a large oak tree, its branches spreading wide like a protective hug. There, by the roots, a curious raccoon was carefully cleaning his little paws, his eyes shining bright in the moonlight. Niko smiled and whispered, "Good night, raccoon." The raccoon looked up and grinned softly. "Good night, Niko. May your dreams be full of gentle stars." Niko felt a small sparkle settle into his satchel as the raccoon's words wrapped around him like a cozy blanket. After a quiet moment, Niko nodded. "Sleep well, friend." And with that, he continued his peaceful journey deeper into the forest. Niko's paws led him through a patch of soft wildflowers, their petals glowing faintly in the moonlight. Near a small clearing, he spotted Sable the skunk tending her quiet garden, carefully brushing petals from leaves, as if saying a gentle goodnight to each. Niko stepped softly and whispered, "Good night, Sable." Sable smiled warmly, her eyes shining like little stars. "Good night, Niko. May your dreams be fragrant and calm." The sweet scent of the garden wrapped around Niko like a soft hug, and he felt the warmth settle gently into his satchel. With a thankful nod, Niko turned to continue his peaceful walk under the night sky, the forest whispering soft lullabies all around. As Niko wandered past the tall trees, and over a soft hill, he came upon a quiet clearing where Bramble the bear rested beneath the stars. The big bear was curled into a bed of fallen leaves, eyes half closed, his breathing slow and steady, like the rhythm of the earth. Niko stepped closer, careful not to startle him. "Good night, Bramble," he whispered. The bear let out a deep, gentle hum. "Good night, little fox," he rumbled softly. "May your dreams be long and peaceful." Niko felt the strength of those words settle into his satchel like a warm stone, steady, grounding, and kind. He looked up at the stars with Bramble for just a moment, then gave a quiet nod and turned back to the forest path. The forest was still now, wrapped in a hush of silver moonlight. Niko's satchel felt warm against his side, filled with all the soft good nights he'd gathered. He passed through a field of tall grass where fireflies blinked lazily, like sleepy stars drifting down to earth. At the edge of the woods, nestled beneath the roots of an old tree, was Niko's little den, quiet, snug, and waiting just for him. He stepped inside, the scent of moss and pine wrapping around him like a blanket. He placed the satchel gently by his bed of soft leaves and curled up, nose tucked to tail. From inside the satchel, the goodnights shimmered. Sleep well, dream deep, snuggle safe, drift like a cloud, float like a leaf, wrapped in starlight. Niko let out a long, peaceful sigh. "Good night, forest," he whispered. And with that, the little fox closed his eyes and drifted into the quietest, coziest sleep. Good night, Niko. Good night, cozy den. Good night, dreamy forest. Good night, little one. Close your eyes and dream.